Almost time for basketball at Barclays Center here in Brooklyn, New York. The Grizzlies taking on the Nets. For Memphis, fourth place in the conference. There are no slouches in the competitive West. Nets, Grizzlies, coming right up. Welcome and happy holidays from 2K Sports. It's time for NBA action. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and a pair of Hall of Famers with us, Doris Burke and David Aldridge. Now we get a chance to check out some stats for Desmond Bane.
And it's striking how much his three-point shooting has improved this month. His long-range percentage is coming up, and it's going to give them a lift as a team. You can never have enough reliable threats from beyond the arc.
And nothing tips off a broadcast like getting the lowdown from the sidelines. And we've got David Aldridge there for that. Dave?
Kevin, thank you. Kevin Durant is a champion. But he said, growing up, I never thought about titles. I just wanted to be the best player I could be. When I got to the league, I was listening to all the noise and it was taking control of my mind. For me, mentally, I have to just focus on my craft. Guys, the results have flown since then.
Clearly. David, thank you. And the starting group for the Grizzlies. ABC is out there with Jaren Jackson. Then it's Morant. Then there's B. And it's Bane in at the 2 spot. And for Brooklyn, we've got Mills. He's out there with Harden. And it's Durant in at the power forward. Two very athletic teams here, Greg. A game that's sure to produce a lot of highlights.
And makes me think of Stacey Augmon, one of the greatest athletes I ever played alongside.
And so off the tip, it's Brooklyn. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Durant with a wide open look. Sinks the three-pointer.
Well, Kevin Durant goes right up with it. Doesn't give the defense a chance to react.
And so Morant will bring it up for the Grizzlies. It's a three-point game. Passes it to Kabanga. Payne for three. And the three ball is good.
And guys getting into a nice groove here, starting to feel it.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
And arguably no one in the NBA draws more attention than Harden. Part of why he creates so many opportunities for others.
Kabanga passes to Jackson. Memphis moving that ball around. Out to Morant. 5 to shoot. And again, it's Memphis with the three.
Continuing to gain trust in that three-point shot. Each trade that Ja makes builds his confidence.
And the Nets with possession here. Last game matched up with the Clippers. A tough loss there.
Yeah, nowhere near at their best throughout the course of that game. A scrappy performance, but in the end, just not enough.
You know, their energy kicked in down the stretch, but too many mistakes overall. Just was not their night.
Jackson trying to break free. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
How about the assist coming off the deck? What a pretty bounce pass.
Brooklyn's gone 3 of 3 from deep. 9 points rung up from outside here in the first. Here's Claxton. Back to Harden. Fires the three. Good on the triple.
Talk about hitting the ground running. 4 for 5 to start.
The Grizzlies have got their first 3 shots to go in for them to start off this game. And Harden with such a high usage rate, Doris, it's incredible how efficient he is.
Guys, his percentages are fantastic for someone who has to take so many difficult shots. He's not at the finishing end of alley-oops, let's remember. This guy is not allowed clear lanes to the bucket. He gets the best defender night by night. This guy has to work for every look he gets.
Wasted no time on that one. Morant's got 5 now.
And early on, they looked great. They made all 4 of their shots to start this game.
And he's going up for the alley-oop. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Harden.
And a moment here to check out the stats for Ja Morant. Averaging 25 points per, 6 assists, and 3 rebounds. And what an impact he makes for them on that offensive end.
Right, he can do a little bit of everything for this team, and it shows when you look at the scoreboard.
Here's Weems, again Memphis.
This guy reads situations so well, and he knows how to execute.
And so it's Harden bringing it up for the Brooklyn Nets. To the inside. Claxton with the bucket.
And once it got to the 10, he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
And I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
Here's Morant. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the content. It's going to be on James Harden.
Oh, amazing to see someone go from unrecruited to potential MVP someday. That's been Ja Morant's trajectory. And coming out of high school, Ja Morant said he was a no-star recruit. One reason he may have been overlooked was his small-town upbringing, growing up in Dalzell, South Carolina.
And even though he played on an AAU team with Zion Williamson, scouts, Greg, were looking right past Ja Morant.
And didn't get a lot of offers at first. After 2 years at Murray State, he joined Steph Curry and Damian Lillard as another star point guard out of a mid-major program. And to this day, he carries that underdog chip on his shoulders.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
Jackson Jr.
And the free throw is good, now leading by 1.
And you have to respect Jaren Jackson's toughness. This kid has had some early injury struggles, but he always returns to the floor determined to pick up right where he left off.
And good that time.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
He's a guy who, if he gets hot, he can carry your offense for long stretches.
Who's the best young catalyst in the game? Some people will say Doncic, some will say Trae Young, and some might even say Ja Morant.
And Jackson throws it down hard.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
No one covering. KD's got 5.
Boy, don't you love how efficient Kevin Durant is from every spot of the floor. This game comes so easy to him.
Durant, count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
That's his second personal.
And this game already taking shape as an offensive battle.
Well, the fans love it. Coaches may not like the lack of defense, but boy, the rules promote scoring, no doubt.
And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. Memphis also making some changes. Adams comes in for Kabongo, and it's Brandon Clark in for Jaren Jackson. Last outing for Memphis, they won that game against the Senate.
How many times have we seen Millsap throw it down? We've known about his leaping ability for years.
And that's life above the rim, courtesy of our AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Back to Morant. Pass to Weems. Over Thomas. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down.
Pretty dime there, the kind of ball movement coaches love to see.
Here's Brown. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
His first foul.
Steven Adams picks one up.
Clearly a foul.
And a fortunate turn of events for Brown last year. Dorsey was traded from one of the worst teams to one of the best.
And what I respect is how scrappy, how hard playing, how defensive minded a guard this guy is. But he's also willing to fit perfectly around stars. He finds a way to do all the dirty work and make himself a factor.
Tyus Jones, he's checked in for Ja Morant. Clark, the pass to Bain. Memphis moving it around. Here's Weems. Yes, that goes in. Weems got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Well, that possession to me highlights the importance of creating for your teammates.
Here's Bembry. And there's the call on Jones.
Tyus Jones.
That's his first
His
foul.
first foul. Third team foul.
Here's Bembry. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Deflected by Clark.
Well, this is where measurements don't tell the whole story. Clark is a tremendous shot blocker despite having an average wingspan. And just tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
That's bringing it down hard. Bembry the pass to Thomas. It's stolen.
Last 2 minutes to play. First quarter.
Jones against Brown. Takes the three. And again, it's Memphis with the three. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Grizzlies.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
Yeah, and I think the other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've gotten off turnovers.
There's 1:38 left here in the first quarter. He gets it in there.
Well, the touch and the focus. What a pretty move in the lane.
Jones with it. 11-point game his last outing. Right wing. Adams the pass to Bain. Down it goes for his third basket in as many tries.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
1:11 left to play here in the first. To the paint. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
From deep three-point range, Bembry with the rebound.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have to have the confidence to take that shot. Might not always fall.
And for most guys, I think you only want to take that shot if you hit a few in a row. That is absolutely a heat check.
Building up a big early lead, they have taken charge of this game.
And they've been doing it largely at the offensive end. If the defense does not adjust, this could be a blowout.
Bembry kicks to Brown. And there's the foul. It's on Steven Adams. That's foul number 2 for him.
That's already this guy's second foul now. He's either going to have to sit or play a bit more conservatively.
Blake Griffin, he's checked in for the Nets. Carter comes in for DeAndre Bembry. Carter down low, defended by Jones. Count it.
And that's just showing off right there, guys. I mean, he is too good with that crossover.
Jones, the pass to beat. Kicks it to Weems. Oh, and the jam by Weems.
Boy, that was quick. Already out to a double-digit lead.
Wow, they've come out strong. Control the pace, assert their will. Nice.
Here's Carter. Can't cash in on the 10-foot jumper. And after just 1 quarter of play, a double-digit differential on the scoreboard. Grizzlies out in front, leading by 10. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter. And Kevin Durant able to get his shot anytime he wants. But he points out that defense requires all 5.
This league does not one-on-one defense, so it's a team defense. And, the best defenders, the reason why they're the best defenders is because they got 4 guys behind them that's going to help them and that they trust. So, I think that's what makes us good when we do that.
I agree. Well, if they're locking teams up, they're awfully hard to stop.
And KD, with his length, probably underrated as far as his defensive impact.
And so far through 1 quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And for Memphis, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, look at the turnover ratio, then look at the score. Easy to see what happened in that first period.
Offensively, they took care of the ball, and defensively, they forced a number of miscues.
So on the floor to begin things for Memphis here in the second quarter. They've got ABC, B out there with Jones, and it's Gilly in at the 4 spot. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more. So for the Nets, Durant comes in for Paul Millsap.
Shooting 1.
That's Mills in for Thomas. And he's got his first chance at the line here.
And they have really leaned on his free throw shooting at times this season. He's been there for them, too, with 88% from the line.
And with that shot, the Grizzly lead is cut down to just 10 points with the bucket from Kevin Durant. Pass to Weems. To the middle. Here's B. Takes the assist and lays it in. Pick out the pass nicely.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. Mills passes to KD. Back to Mills. From 12 feet out. And Bain pulls it down. And the Grizzlies leading by 12. Down low. Tilly, the pass to Bain. Outside, Jones. They swipe it. And here we go. Brooklyn, fast break. Mills can't hit.
Oh, that's a golden opportunity to finish on the break, and he blows it.
It was right there for him. He'd love to have that one back. That was embarrassing.
That shot missing. And Memphis the other way now. They're getting their first look of the season at the Nets in this one.
Should be an interesting game as these teams don't see a lot of each other being from different conferences.
Right. They'll meet 2 times this year, East versus West. Let's see which team can enforce their style of play.
And it's Desmond Bain with the foul.
Desmond.
That's his first foul. Rabongo is checked in for Memphis. Morant comes in for Jones.
Checking in for the Grizzlies.
Finds Mills. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Foul. Team second.
Brooklyn shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
Stepping the line with 2 shots.
Free throw good. Mills. And Greg, with recent legal results, more opportunities now for compensation for college athletes. Do you like it?
I do. I mean, there's enough money going around. I don't have a problem with the athletes getting a share, especially with the amount of time and effort and energy they have to commit. Take care of the guys. Let them enjoy the collegiate experience. And haven't we seen that a few times today, guys? I mean, their defense has got to have a little bit more toughness about it.
Nets trail by 14. And the pass to Harden. Here's the floater. And the shot goes in. Harden's got 9 points.
And for Harden, finishing through contact is just part of the job description. He gets bodied up almost every time he takes it inside.
Boy, that's one he wishes he could have back, especially against soft defense.
The 3 from Mills. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies.
He has that confidence rolling, hitting 2 threes in the first, but he hasn't had one since.
This is where Morant is so dangerous. The open court, he knows how to exploit a defense.
And it's Harden with the ball for Brooklyn. They trail by 14. Up next for them is the Pacers in Indianapolis. That'll be just 1 game played away from home for them. Jaren Jackson, he's checked in for B.
Substitution. Jaren Jackson Jr.
How about that strong defensive performance for this half's Mobile 1 block?
And this is how you protect and grow a lead, by making a huge effort on that end of the floor.
Harden against Morant. Back to Harden. There's the lob to the hoop. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Here's Weems. Finished off the break. Weems got 6 points in the quarter.
Yeah, it's been about the fast break. Been real kind to him here early, and they are clicking in transition.
Nets trail by 16. Harden the pass to Claxton. Back to Harden. He kicks it to Mills. Uncovered. Good on the jump shot. Memphis leading by 14. Morant dishes to Jackson. Here's Bain. Again, Memphis.
From that in-between range, they've been the much better team.
Brooklyn's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter. And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
And the question they're going to have to answer to me is it a problem with the scheme or is it a problem with the matchups?
So for the Nets, Johnson, he's checked in for Griffin. And DeAndre Bembry subbed in for Patty Mills. Here's Bembry. Buries it down low. Bembry's got his first points of the game.
Great finish. What a setup. Terrific ball movement there.
Here's Morant. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two.
And if you're wondering if Ja Morant lacks for confidence, well, look no further than his point guard moniker. This kid is fearless, and he's hungry, and he plays with that proverbial chip on his shoulder.
And Greg, you talk about the fearlessness for Morant, reminiscent of Allen Iverson, the way he throws his body all around.
I mean, get knocked down, get right back up. At the same time, at 6'3", he can add strength to that frame. I know that's the goal of his as he looks to absorb contact and dish out a little of his own.
And here we go. Fast break, and Morant's got it. Count the basket. Morant's got 6 here in this quarter.
Well, they're winning largely because of this guy's play. He has been sensational.
Nets trail by 18. Harden the pass to Claxton. And stolen by Cabango. Here's Bain. Rips down the breakaway slam.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
The very definition of quality transition offense. If it can end at the cup, it's exactly where you want it.
Dishes it to Johnson. The Nets working the ball around now. Rebounded by Weems, and the Grizzlies leading by 20. Morant, that's for 2, and good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. Morant's got 18 points in the game. For Brooklyn, they've gotten exactly half their shots to go down here in the second, 5 of 10. Inside, Johnson. Offensive rebound. To the paint, here's Claxton, and that one is hammered home.
That's the idea. You work the ball into that area. It's a sweet spot.
Memphis has gone a very strong 4 for 5 from three-point land in the ball game. Passes it to Cabango.
2 minutes to play. Second quarter.
Morant against Harden. Morant kicks to Weems. Just 5 on the clock. Out to the right wing. From 10 feet out, and another basket for Memphis.
Well, Morant is certainly making his presence felt on offense. He's in total attack mode.
.131 left in the first half of the game. Bembry misses. Pass to Morant. Here's Bain. 17 points in his last outing. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Good once again. That makes him 8 for 9 this game.
And I like that they're not settling. Getting the ball on the interior, 8 of their last 10 coming that way.
59 seconds left in the first half. Now a timeout called by Brooklyn.
You know, my guess right now is Coach wants to talk over this turnover issue. And it seems like they've been trying to force things a bit and need to find a steady rhythm offensively.
Coming onto the court.
And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. Memphis also making some changes. Adams, he's checked in for Kabongo. Clark comes in for Jaren Jackson. And Jones subbed in for Bain. Carter kicks to Durant. There's 48 seconds left in the second quarter. And again, no good by Brooklyn.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
Clark with it, picked up by Brown. Jones, the pass to Clark. Adams trying to free himself up. Hits it from three-point range. Morant's got 13 points now in the quarter.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Okay, Kevin Durant scanning the floor, looking for opportunities. Make your teammates feel good. Nice.
Morant passes to Clark. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
Of the two offenses here tonight, you can tell theirs is just a bit more in sync.
And I think because of that, they've gotten the better looks to start this basketball game.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
And there's the call on Jones.
Tyus Jones.
That'll be his second foul of the game.
Personal. Fourth team foul.
Here is Carter. From 11 feet away, it's hauled in by Adams. Here's Morant. And so it's Memphis in complete command. Their lead at 28 points going into the break. They've got a big advantage in the turnover stats because of their intense defense. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
After one half of play, it's been a one-sided affair. Hey, everybody, welcome back. This is Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. It was all Ja Morant in the first quarter. He had 23 points and 3 assists. Kenny, what'd you think about the Grizzlies?
They played smart, they took their time and limited mistakes. When you value each possession, you eventually will get the shot you want. But when you lose the ball, you have no control over the possession.
And over to the big fella, your thoughts on the Nets?
They need to give more energy and effort on the board. Rebounding delta has been one of the main issues. Probably is they're getting bullied. I'm not sure if they have the players to change that.
And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action is coming your way.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. Guys, Ja Morant has been sensational.
And the way he goes at defenders, he is bound to get to the line just like he did there in that first half.
I have to love his tenacity. This guy stays in attack mode, makes defenders work, tries to keep them off balance.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. And Brooklyn looking who they've got. Harden out there with Mills. And it's Durant. And it's Claxton in at the center position.
Well, Kevin Durant has an ability to put the ball on the deck and finish off the drive. Prime example there.
Jackson passes to Morant. He's still up. Now he is 9 of 10.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly and capitalizing.
And no one hits a pull-up like the Beard. I mean, he's perfected the quick stop and pop. And that thing is a deadly shot. And how about the hands on Jackson? Makes a good target on that frame and then able to finish off the alley-oop.
Claxton the pass to KD. Over to the left wing. Bangs home the trifecta. He's got 5.
Wow, what a start. 3 for 3. Terrific play calling. Everything clicking out of the gates here.
Here's Weems, and Durant sends it back.
Boy, the long arms of Kevin Durant twice on the pipes.
Morant finds Jackson, and he comes up with the deuce. And that's now 9 points for Jaren Jackson.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Outside, KD. Here's the three. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
Boy, the quick release of Kevin Durant, and the release point so high, you really can't get a good contest on him.
Morant left side. And it's sent back by KD. Lets a floater go. Payne, no good.
Boy, if you're going up against this guy in this close a range, you've got to defend with everything you've got. A tremendous job defensively.
Pass to Claxton. The Nets working the ball around now. Harden inside the three-point line. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Harden's got 13 points.
An elite scorer who takes pride in torching defenses. Harden is outstanding at getting to his spots and capitalizing. And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
And here's KD for three. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
They'll be with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
And the Grizzlies leading by 21. And the great thing about Durant, he gives you a lot of everything.
Yeah, it goes way beyond being versatile. This guy is a great shooter, an elite historical scorer, rebounder, passer, shot blocker, one of the most complete players in the history of the game.
Harden inside the three-point line, and again it's Brooklyn converting.
I'll tell you, what a night. He has been efficient. He's been strong. Unfortunately, they're still fighting an uphill battle.
And so Morant will bring it up for Memphis. They can look forward to the Cavaliers after this game in a matchup against Cleveland. That'll be the second of this 2-game road trip. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Morant's got 29.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Harden the pass to Claxton. Over to the wing. From the stripe. Second shot opportunity, and it's good on the way in. 6 points for him.
You simply must put a body on this guy. You know he's going to try to get to that glass.
So timeout called here. The first for Memphis.
And team strategies closely guarded. One aspect of the game the fans aren't always privy to.
It's tough to hide your communications. Teams go to great lengths to try to do it, but sometimes to no avail.
So both teams making some changes here. And then Morant slams it in.
Yeah, that's fire right there. Morant practicing for the dunk contest. I see you, young fella.
We have got to see that sensational mobile one block again.
And that has got to help the morale of this team. Let's see if that sets up a run here.
From 20 feet out, and he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. KD's got 18 points. Out to the right wing. Here's B. Tries to the hoop.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. B, the pass to Griffin. Takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup.
And shaking off the D like it isn't even there. Griffin's inside game is so advanced.
And the Grizzlies leading by 21. The pass to Weems. Passes to B. The 11-footer. And he overshot that one, missing. Brooklyn's gotten the 3-ball working for them in the second half. They've hit 3 out of 3 shots from long range. Pass to B. There's the 3. And the Nets, another 3.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end. I'll tell you, this lead's not going anywhere with this guy making plays. What a quarter.
B, the pass to Mills. Outside Durant, beyond the arc. Gets it to go for bucket number 8. He's taken just 10 shots.
That's his 5th triple of the night. 2 in the first half, 3 in this one. Huge production.
Memphis has gone to three-point range 7 times tonight, knocked down 5 of them. Now here's Morant. Not a lot of room. Basket counts.
Watching Morant drive is like watching lightning move across the sky. If you blink, you might miss it.
Timeout called, the Nets.
And for a player with Blake Griffin's physical makeup, it was a big adjustment when he had to deal with injury issues. He's really had to reshape his body and his game.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Paul Millsap's checked in for Griffin. Johnson comes in for Kevin Durant. And it's Bruce Brown in for Patty Mills. Here's Millsap. The pass to B. It's Brown on the wing. 5 on the clock. And the Nets miss again. And one thing about Griffin and the injuries, Greg, that he went through, he did everything he could to get his body back to where it needed to be.
And he didn't care what it was, yoga, weights, conditioning, you name it, because he knows how important it is to be able to elevate. And Griffin needs to be explosive, and he'll work 24/7 to make sure he is.
He's off on the second.
You know, sometimes we bemoan the lack of physicality in the league these days. That is not something that applies to Mr. Steven Adams.
Textbook, nice pass, great catch, even better finish.
Brooklyn foul. DeAndre Bembry.
And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Grizzlies.
I thought we might see the defense adjust at halftime to slow the break, but that has not been the case.
Yeah, and something else that served them well are all the turnovers they've caused and the points that have come along with those.
Here's Bembry, defended by Jones. Here's B. Again, the Nets for 2.
And that's the kind of move that will always pay off, even against tight defense like he was facing on that possession.
And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for the Memphis Grizzlies. It's an 18-point lead. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on DeAndre Bembry. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus. We'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Shooting 2.
And so Jones nails both of them. 55 seconds left to play here in the third. Bembry the pass to Brown. Here's Johnson. Again, the Nets for 2.
How good is that? I mean, he can make a defender look foolish at times.
Jones looking for an opening. The 3. That shot is off. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Cans it from downtown.
Number 45.
Memphis leading by 15. Clark outside. Here's the teardrop. Johnson with the block. Bain with the bucket. It'll count. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. Ja Morant has been leading the charge, guys, for the Memphis Grizzlies. He's approaching 40 points for him in the game. He's scoring in just about every way possible. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. So on the floor for Memphis, Clark is out there, Kabongo, and it's ABC, then it's Jones, and it's Bain in at the two-guard position.
That's two straight three-pointers they've allowed.
To the middle, here's Weems. Hammer it home! Hammer it home, baby!
That is authority right there.
It was. Here's Harden. There he goes again. That's his ninth straight basket. He's a perfect 9 for 9.
Well, he's done his part, no doubt about it. Still yet to miss in the game.
And the Grizzlies leading by 14. Here's Bain. Pass to Kabongo. And it's Memphis with another.
And even with the big lead, he remains focused on the task at hand.
That is the competitiveness he brings to the table. Every night you're going to get great effort from him.
Tries again, and he sinks the layup.
You have to appreciate the doggedness and intensity on the glass. Wow.
Jones against Harden. Jones in the post. Can't hit from 12.
Boy, this guy just can't buy a bucket, and yet they have the advantage.
Claxton the pass to Harden. Fires the three. In, and his hot hand continues. 10 of 11 from the floor, and looking for more.
So lethal from beyond the perimeter. Harden is smart at recognizing when he should shoot from there.
Now a timeout called by Memphis.
And really an incredible playmaker his entire career. Harden has taken that up a notch. And he now often looks for his teammates first.
Both teams deciding to change it up. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, Coach Taylor Jenkins talked to his team during the break. His point to them was that they've put themselves in a position to succeed and that this is their game to lose. So he needs to see full concentration out of every guy on the court to finish this one off. Kevin?
Thanks so much, David. And again, Brooklyn with the triple. And huge assist totals for Harden, which is also a reflection, Greg, of the talent around him.
And he's played with some of the best finishers in the game throughout his career. What changed starting last year was his mindset, making him all that much more difficult to defend.
Here's Kabongo. Good, and a nice assist from Morant. And it's 6 points for B.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
And the foul on Harden. That's his fourth foul of the contest.
And how about no turnovers here in the second half, making sure they get a quality possession every time down the floor.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Kevin Durant comes in for Paul Millsap. That's Mills in for Thomas. Now here's Morant. He started close. Passes it to Kabongo. Over Claxton. And the Grizzlies tack on 2 more.
They're going to have to come up with a better matchup. This guy just too much speed.
Ball's knocked loose. Morant with the steal. Banked in off the glass. Morant's got 14 points here in the second half.
Hard trying to contain Morant. When he makes up his mind he's going to score, he goes full force.
Nets trail by 16. To the inside. Harden and the jam by Harden.
He just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. Harden against Morant. Here's Kabongo, and they immediately answer back with the dunk at the other end.
And he wasn't about to do anything that would get him in trouble there.
Nope, up and in with a one-hand finish, the most basic possible. Now here's Mills. Pass to Harden. And it's denied. So it looks like the Nets will retain possession here. An outstanding defensive play to earn the Mobile One block.
And guys, that is lockdown defense at its finest, going right at the shot and then able to knock it away.
Memphis on defense. It's a 16-point game.
Number 44.
Now Morant. Now the pass to Kabongo to the right side. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Baines got 22 points.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
Well, the best players, to me, deliver night after night after night. So as long as he's hot, keep riding it.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. And the basket by Kabongo.
I am simply blown away by his accuracy. He has made every shot, and what's most important, his team is winning.
Nets trail by 16. Pass to Durant. And the rejection by Jackson. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Jackson. Here's Mills. Again, the Nets for two. And here's Morant. He'll bring it up for the Memphis Grizzlies. They lead by 14. To the wing on the left. Here's Weems. Good, and a nice assist from Morant.
John Morant.
Morant's got his 9th assist in the game now.
Timeout.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Now a timeout call by Brooklyn.
For viewers, a chance to check your phone, grab a drink, but for the teams, it's all about business.
Well, there's something that the coach doesn't like. I'm curious to see which kind of adjustment he makes here.
Brooklyn's gotten off to a great start from three-point range in the final quarter. They're a perfect 3 of 3. Here's Mills. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
That's his second personal.
All the officials are all over that one.
At the line, shooting for Brooklyn.
And he makes the first. Adams, he's checked in for
At the
Memphis.
line, shooting 2.
And both free throws good for Mills.
This is about the last guy you want to send to the stripe right now. They keep fouling him, and he keeps making them.
Morant passes to Jackson. And yes, it's good.
Jackson.
And the Grizzlies lead by 16.
Nice pass there to set that basket up.
And here's Harden scoring at will. He's had it going on offense.
And it's not as if the defense hasn't focused on it, but he is just at a level right now offensively where you cannot deny it.
And Durant gets it to go.
Yeah, coming down the stretch, they've become reliant upon their perimeter game.
Boy, the three-point arc has been a major factor in what they've done here tonight. You love the aggressiveness.
And it's blocked. And he gets it back.
Fourth quarter.
6 to shoot. Weems. And it's in off the backboard. Weems got 8 points here in this quarter.
And that's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
Well, when it's closing time, he's trying to lock the door. He's been going all night.
And the basket is good.
Well, listen, you do the best you can to make Kevin Durant take tough shots. But this guy, lightning quick release, unbelievable shooter, so hard to guard him.
Shoots from 12. That one good for 2. Baines got 24 points.
Looking to close it out. That one might have been the backbreaker.
Well, at this point, they're so far up, it would take a real collapse to give this game away at this point.
Here's Morant. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Grizzlies.
A few times this season, turnovers have cost them, but they really kept the ball under control.
They were both focused and relentless.
And so this is going to end up as victory number 24 on the year.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone. And you have to look back at this and see the huge game it was.
For John Morant.
What a selfless effort tonight. He's done such a great job finding guys in their appropriate spots.
Here's Harden on the wing. 13 feet away. Again, the Nets for 2.
This is what they needed earlier on. At some point, it's too little, too late.
Yeah, but then again, this run came against a team that may have felt it had already won, and you get the sense it let its guard down.
Pass to Weems. And it's blocked. Harden, that's good.
I mean, how many spots on the floor is Harden not effective from? I'll tell you, not many.
Now here's Adams. He's tightly guarded. Pass to Bain. Morant outside. Good on the three-point shot. Morant's got 43 points.
But the truth is they've had control of this game.
And I couldn't agree more. What makes it that much more impressive, they're doing it on the road.
And once Harden has momentum behind him, watch out. They love seeing the beard flush it down there with some power.
Morant outside. So no problem for Memphis as they get the win. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, gee, a pretty hostile environment. All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast.